Wrong. Hey, what's up? My name is Boi Savage, and I'm here to teach you about the origin of 420. Why did I do that? I'm retarded. 420 is slang term for weed, marijuana, cannabis, ganja, pot. I have a whole list on my phone. I should have written that down somewhere of all the slang terms of pot. But for today, we are just focusing on the origin of 420, and that starts us in 1971. 420 has really blown up in these past few years, but where did it come from originally? 1971, like I said. A group of friends are responsible for that. In 1971 in Northern California at San Rafael High School, they always hung out at 4:20 p.m. every day and smoked weed. And they hung out by this wall, so but they started calling themselves the Waldos, which is odd, but they smoked weed every day, so we're pretty odd people. In the autumn of 1971, the five teens got a treasure map of sorts to find a pot farm kind of down in Southern California. And the teens, they decided to pack up all their stuff and leave. I think it was a Saturday. That isn't facts. The rest is. They left at 4:20 p.m. for their adventure to go and find pot at a magical pot farm. Sadly, they never found the pot farm, but David Reddix, also known as David Waldo, he, in interviews, has said half of the fun was just looking for the dang thing. And I can see that. I just went on a road trip, and I just got back from Colorado, and that was a ton of fun. So road trips are a blast. But it would have been pretty darn disappointing knowing that I wouldn't have found an entire farm full of pot. But I still would have probably went on the road trip. The second thing he said was, when asked in an interview why they never found the pot farm, he said it could have possibly been to the fact that they were smoking a lot of pot. It's just what they were doing in high school, and it's what they were doing on the road trip. It's just what they do. David Reddix went on to become a roadie and then a filmmaker. Maybe director. Film guy. And when he was a roadie for the Grateful Dead. And the Grateful Dead had a lot of fans called Deadheads, and they're the people responsible for really making it popular. Because David Reddix, also known as Waldo David, he was a roadie for the Grateful Dead, and the band seemed to really like the term, and maybe I was like on one of their posters, they put 420 in a description of what it was, like the slang term for pot, and it just blew up since then. And that's your history. There you go.